Okay, we are going on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Gregory Benson, 2411, 2493, 24246, 24379. Okay, Mr. Benson. I'm sorry, Counsel, your appearance, please. Mr. Shemke, can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke appearing on behalf of my client. This time we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom. As the arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands mute.
Thank you. And Mr. Benson, your name, please.
Benson.
I'm sorry, it didn't all come through. Let's try that again. Your name, please.
Gregory Benson.
Okay, well, at least we get to now we get to handle all these matters that you keep blowing us off on. And counsel, as to the arraignment on all of these matters.
Your Honor, as to the arraignment, we waive formal reading and my client stand mutes on all charges.
All right, the court's going to waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. We're going to schedule all of these matters for June 26th. Okay, and yes to bond counsel.
Your Honor, my client unfortunately is homeless, but he does indicate that he does have opportunities to stay at various shelters to which he can provide address. We'd ask that be taken into consideration when determining an appropriate bond. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Benson. Why haven't you wanted to come back to court? You have 4 matters that have been pending in this court.
I lost my father about 10 years back. I've been living, I just got 30 days clean out in Macomb. I got clean, I've been trying to go back. I've been dealing, they told me to do the best I can. My father died of cancer, it's not an excuse, but I've been living, my mother is living 1959, 19499 Bell Street.
Hold on.
I've been trying to do better. I'm not blowing you off. It's so hard trying to keep it.
Sir, just 1 moment. How is it that you are in custody today? How did you end up in custody today?
I don't remember. I just remember trying to kick this alcoholism. I've been doing the best he said. Working on my sobriety. I had 6 months clean at Christian Guidance Center, 6 months clean at Faith Recovery House, 2 months clean at Stonecrest, 30-day clean in Macomb County. So I've been trying to kick this up booze, and I'm just having a problem substance abuse. And it's just hard trying to kick out the losing my father to cancer about 30 years back. And I've been trying to do the best I can. I guess Social Security.
So you said your father, sir. I'm sorry. You said your father passed away 30 years ago.
It's my cancer, yes.
Okay, and the court does sympathize on your loss, sir. Well, here's what the court's going to do. There isn't a valid license. I'm showing that you're homeless. I'm also showing that you failed to appear in court 4 times in this court. So this court is not going to let that happen again. The court's going to order a $5,000 10% bond on each matter. In the event bond is posted, you're not to be released on GPS tether or alcohol tether through the Wayne County Jail. You also, sir, are not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. If you were to test today, sir, what is in your system?
Heineken beer, cigarettes.
Okay.
And Black and Mild cigarettes. And I've been kicked, I've been to Canadian whiskey. Somebody turned me on to that. I don't want these people. I just do it for these people say they give me a ride. They used to leave people down south, but I don't know what it feels like to leave these people. Some of my friends up there they graduated from Southwestern High School. Look, I graduated from Southwestern High School. I had a high school diploma, 12th grade. I ended up drinking alcohol. The high school diploma, 12 years, about 40 years back, I graduated from high school under Miss Betty Hines and Mr. McNichols. I've been promised to do best I can after high school. After high school, I was first to go do the best I can and got out and do the best I can as keeping our standards up and not bringing the Southwestern logo down. Now, that's what I'm trying to do best. I promise, Mama. Can you transfer me to a substance abuse treatment center or something to get help?
Well, sir, I will note that defendant to be tethered to treatment upon request.
Where's the place located?
Through the Wayne County Jail. All right, we'll see you back on June 26th. All right, we'll see you back on June 26th, sir.
What, through the Wayne County Jail?
That'll likely be where you are, sir, unless you end up getting tethered to treatment.
So what am I supposed to do now? Go to the Wayne County Jail?
You're gonna go back with the officer to your cell, and then you're gonna get transferred to the Wayne County Jail.
How many days do I have to do?
Well, right now you're going to be in there until June 26th when we can see you for your pretrial. You continue to not show up for court, and so therefore, the court's going to make sure you're showing up this time, so you're not getting released without a GPS tether or alcohol tether and posting a $5,000 10% bond on each of your matters for a total of $2,000. Thank you. We'll see you on the 26th. Thank you.
They cut my brother's legs off in the house down there too, on Harrington Street. Saw my brother's legs off. Do that count for anything, Delton Benson? What did Delton Benson do in my life? Well, where did Detroit? Saw my brother's legs off, man. Check it out.
Yep. Okay. Go! Hand me my screen box.
Robert. Now go. Freak.
All right, we are on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Corey Walls, 24666.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Shempey, here my client spending since managing for the assumed.
All right, and Mr. Walls, your name for the record, please.
Corey Walls, Corey Douglas Walls.
All right, and today's the date scheduled for pre-trial in this matter, and counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, I had an opportunity to have a memo with prosecutor. My client's been in custody since May 28th. He's going to be carrying a guilty plea to a possession charge, an attempted possession charge, with the understanding that the original charge, the underlying charge, be dismissed.
Please raise your right hand, sir. You solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and sir, you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
A very generous plea that your attorney was able to work out for you based upon the allegations. And as to the amended charge of attempted possession of controlled substance, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
You've gone over your advice of rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you also, and you understand all of those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your trial and appellate rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court, any other court, or administrative agency.
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing all that, you want to continue with your plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, Your Honor.
Any immigration issues?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and counsel, if you could please report to your client.
Yes, I'd like to direct your attention back to May 28th. Were you in the city of Wyandotte?
Yes, sir.
At some point you were fishing, I believe, with your mother, doing some night fishing?
Yes, sir. I took some.
No, I'm gonna ask you yes or no questions. I'm gonna
Yes,
make
yes.
it very simple for you. All right, and then at some point, a police officer approached you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And we've stipulated that a search upon or around the area, specifically where your fishing equipment was located, police officers found methamphetamine and fentanyl, and you'll stipulate that you had constructive possession of those narcotics, correct?
Yes, sir.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea per the plea agreement. Dismiss the original charge. And counsel, would you like to do immediate sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, my client's been in custody since May 28th, that's 8 days. He's been entered into a plea for a 45-day misdemeanor. Judge, with credit for time served, that would put his outdated July 7th. I'd ask that he be given jail time opposed to probationary status. And that is upon the request of my client.
All right, and sir, the court does recall this matter, because I remember you stating that you had matters in Georgia and that apparently you thought you had warrants, which is why you apparently tried to evade the police at some point, I'm not sure. And you also had served 6 months in jail in Georgia, and I was quite confused because you weren't really sure where you lived in Georgia, but you stated that you lived in Georgia. So, sir, this court is going to sentence you to 45 days jail, credit for the 8 days that you've been in custody. Sir, I really hope that you use this opportunity to truly reflect upon what path it is you want to go in life, because you actually still have a life that you can live given the fact that you had in your possession fentanyl and methamphetamine. The fentanyl in and of itself, sir, could have killed you.
Yes, ma'am. No.
And I know you know that, but you somehow still use it.
Addiction's something I struggle with. But
Would you like to be tethered to treatment, sir?
no, ma'am. I actually I just had 6 years sober. I messed up, but I'm not gonna let it put me behind. I'm a certified welder. I've accomplished a lot in the last 6 years of my life, and I'm not gonna let this put me behind. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my mom.
Well, your mom's here in court, sir, where I'm sure she loves you, but she also wants.
I wanted to see my mom again. I ain't seen her in a long time. I went down south to get my life together, and I did.
Well, sir, I strongly suggest that when you are released from custody, that you take the steps on the sober path so that you can still see your mom and you're not dead from an overdose from fentanyl.
Yes, man. My mom's that's the most important woman in my life. Most person, most important anything in my life is my mom.
And sir, I know you're aware of this, but excuse me, when you're buying drugs off the streets, you don't know what's being cut into those drugs. You don't know if that's the last time you're using anything.
Yeah, I know. That's the sick part of addiction is knowing and still, you know?
All right, the court's going to waive fines and costs. 45 days jail credit for 8 days. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, and these are the matters of the City of Wyandotte versus Michael Abraham, 201534 and 24544.
Morning, Your Honor. Your Honor, John Gold, Court D 30758 on behalf of Mr. Abraham. Mr. Abraham, would you please put your name on the record?
Michael Scott Abraham.
Okay, thank you. And today's the date scheduled for the pre-trial on both of these matters, as Mr. Abraham on the 2020 matter did not want to come back and address these matters. So now he's here as he's in custody. And counsel?
Your Honor, I've discussed both cases with Mr. Abraham. It's my understanding, and I've also reviewed with him his constitutional rights. With respect to file 20-1534, it's my understanding that in return for a plea of guilty to in the case 24-544, I apologize. And in return for a plea of guilty to a drug paraphernalia charge, the fraudulent scheme to be dismissed. I discussed this with Mr. Abraham, and he wishes to avail himself of this opportunity.
Okay, and he's also pleading on the larceny on the 2020 case.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Abraham, please raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you heard the plea of the attorney placed on the record, correct, sir?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm accused of yelling at people when I talk loudly, but that's why I do, because otherwise it doesn't come through. You've heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The possession of drug paraphernalia on 24544, how do you plead?
Guilty, ma'am.
As to the larceny on the 20-1534 matter, how do you plead?
Guilty, ma'am.
All right, and counsel, if you can please refer to your client.
Thank you. With respect to the 20 matter, the larceny matter, back on August 26th of 2020, were you at the Henry Ford Hospital?
Yes, sir.
And you were there for treatment, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And at some point in time, did you obtain a cell phone to make arrangements for a ride?
Yes, it was a hospital phone.
A house phone, correct? And rather than return that phone after using it, you walked out with that phone, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you didn't have any right to take that from that building, is that correct?
No, sir. I just on medication at the time didn't realize what I was doing. That's why I returned it.
Thank you. Defense satisfied, Your Honor. And with respect to the 24-544 case, back on May 6th of 2024, were you in the city of Wyandotte?
Yes, sir.
And there come a point in time when you came into contact with some Wyandotte police officers?
Yes, sir.
And during that interaction, did they detain you and find syringes on your person?
Yes, sir.
And those were drug paraphernalia, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Defense is satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea as to both matters. And counsel, I'm inclined to do immediate sentencing if you're requesting that. I will note that on the larceny matter, that there is a named victim in the matter, and per the Crime Victim Rights Act, the named victim would have an opportunity to address the court. The court will also note that it appears as though the hospital received the phone back. This matter has been from 2020, and I am not positive that there would be any restitution to be sought, or that anybody would be appearing on this matter, given the circumstances and the fact that the property was recovered. So do you have any objection to this court continuing with immediate sentencing?
None whatsoever, Your Honor, and that's what Mr. Abraham indicated. He returned that item once the
Okay, all right, what would you like the court to know, counsel, in proceeding with sentencing today?
Your Honor, I've had a brief discussion with Mr. Abraham. I did have numerous telephone conversations with his father regarding his circumstances. Mr. Abraham has now been incarcerated on these matters for approximately 30 days. We would be asking at this point in time, he was also, I believe, Your Honor, on probation. Is that correct, Mr.
No,
Abraham?
sir. I'm not on no probation.
Okay.
I do.
He
There's
does.
a lot of warrants out for his arrest for failing to appear.
That, okay, I understand that as well, Your Honor. I thought it was also on probation. He has gone through some drug rehab in the past. I would ask the court for time served on this particular matter and for him to address his own.
Okay, well. All right, Mr. Abraham, what else would you like the court to know?
Just that I'm clean now. I've been clean for over 30 days. Plan on continuing that on medication now. I think are gonna help. Plan on staying on those. So.
Sir, yes. I would hope that you've been clean for 30 days because you've been in custody. The court is reviewing your criminal history, sir, and you have a lengthy case that's lengthy criminal history that extends multiple states, all for crimes of theft and dishonesty. What happened with your matter from 22 out of Taylor that you were bound over on? Are you from, let's see, it was a retail fraud, first degree felony, and assaulting, resisting, obstructing an officer. You were bound over. Did you ever?
I go to court for that tomorrow. I go to court for that tomorrow. I get sentenced on that tomorrow, actually.
Okay, right. That's why you're not on probation anywhere, because you abscond every time you have a court date. And so courts can't sentence you appropriately because you failed to appear in court. So here's what the court's going to do. The court's going to assist you, sir, in your desire to stay clean. The court's going to, based upon the criminal history, you're clearly not a candidate for probation. And the court also finds that 30 days in jail is not sufficient for these matters, the larceny and whatnot, as well as the possession of drug paraphernalia. So what the court's going to do is this court's going to sentence you, sir, to 93 days jail, credit for the 30 days that you have been in custody. The court's going to also order that these are to be served consecutively. And sir, you may be sentenced, you may be placed in treatment to the Wayne County Jail if you request. And the court's going to suspend fines and costs, or waive fines and costs, I should say. Any questions, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let's go off the record. Call 24714. And appearance, counsel?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client. This time we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hall, your name for the record, please.
Thank you, Wilburn Hall.
I feel like you were recently here, but maybe not. Were you?
No.
No? Okay. Your middle name sounds familiar, but all right. And so, counsel, as to the arraignment.
Here's the arraignment. We waive formal reading. My client stands mute.
Or wait formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment and schedule this matter for pretrial on June 26th. Tell me what time now.
10:15.
At 10:15 a.m. And counsel as to bond.
Your Honor, my client currently resides in Wyandotte. He has two jobs. He works for a cement company and he also does independent painting. He has no children, but he is a direct caregiver for his mother who has stage 4 cancer and his father's elderly and ill as well. Judge indicates he'll appear at any and all future court dates, so we'd respectfully request you take that in consideration when determining appropriate bond. I know he did ask for consideration for a personal bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Ellie, can you pull up his name? I feel that it shows he has a matter from July 19th of 23. I just want to see if that ever appeared. Okay, Mr. Hall, do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, where do you work?
Work for BNC Cement Company, and I work for All Colors Painting out of Monroe, part-time. I work full-time as a cement finisher.
There's like a few, but the most recent one is from, they're all closed out though, the most recent one is from 2023. And you got 70 days jail, 41 days credit.
Okay, what was that charge?
Women tax.
Okay, so you have been here before,
And
sir,
disorderly conduct.
for public impact and
Yes,
disorderly
listen.
person.
It was last year.
Okay. Well, sir, are you currently on probation or parole anywhere?
Oh, ma'am.
Ever failed to appear in court for any reason?
I have not.
Well, here's what the court's going to do. The court's going to, based upon the nature of the allegations and your criminal history, you, sir, have an issue, it appears, with alcohol consumption and the behavior that proceeds after that. And the court's going to order a $5,000 10% bond. The court's going to also order, sir, that you are not to have any contact with Dawn Roomy.
Oh,
The person that is, that you've alleged to commit the assault on, sir.
I don't even know. Okay.
Well, perhaps you don't remember because of a level of intoxication, I don't know. And the court's going to order, sir, the event you post bond, you are not to be released without an alcohol tether, not to possess or have access to any firearms and or any weapons, not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed, and you're not to enter the premises at Bishop Park.
So what is my bond actually?
$5,000, 10%, sir.
So it's $500.
Yes,
All right.
with all the bond conditions that I put forth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back on June 26th. Thank you. On the record, in the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Anthony Smith, 24716. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client. At this time, we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom. As to the arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, the court, sir, your name for the record, please.
Anthony Smith.
All right, the court will waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment, and will enter, or the court will schedule a pretrial for June 26th. Counsel, as to bond in these matters.
Your Honor, my client indicates that he will appear at any and all future court dates. He has opportunities to stay at shelters, which he can provide an address to the court. We just ask that you take that in consideration when determining an appropriate bond. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Smith, where is it that you live?
Oasis on Woodward. A shelter.
Oasis on Woodward. And how long have you lived there, sir?
Been for about 3 months now.
Okay, and so, let's see, you have an issue from May 3rd that you had in Hamtramck, and now you have this matter. You seem to be kind of all over the place. Allen Park, Livonia, Southgate, Dearborn Heights, Canton, Westland, Allen Park, Waterford, Pittsfield Township.
I don't know about nothing out there.
Jackson, Dearborn Heights, Livingston County, Oakland County. So you have a significant criminal history. Jonesville, dating all the way back to 1992. And in this matter, sir, you have 2 cases, one of which you also have warrants out for your arrest that you failed to appear previously, 35th District Court, 18th District Court, 3rd Circuit Court for probation violation. That warrant just hit on March 19th of 2024, 16th District Court. Okay, well, this is there's one matter that alleges that you stole a bike out of the home on Poplar Street. So the court's going to prohibit you from returning back to that home. And that appears to be, that seems to be at 4:13 yesterday afternoon. And then There's another complaint that alleges retail fraud earlier yesterday at 1:31 p.m. And that's alleging to have occurred at the Buell gas station. And so you apparently were released at that point, you're not taken into custody, and then a few hours later were arrested by the police for larceny of a bike. And so the court's going to, based upon the multiple charges from one day, from multiple cases, the court's going to also base its order of bond on your failure to appear in your criminal history and the danger you are to the community, and the fact that you don't seem to have, you don't have any local residence, and the court doesn't have any confidence that you're going to be appearing in court. Therefore, the court's going to order a $5,000 10% bond in each matter, with the following bond conditions. You're not to return to the home on Poplar Street. You're not to return to the Buell gas station. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. And you also, in the event you post bond, you are to not be released without GPS tether. Okay, we'll see you back on June 26th, sir. Thank you. If you guys were ready, and if she.
I didn't know she moved out of the breakout room.
But weren't you in the breakout room with her?
And I said, I'm going to go and speak to the prosecutor.
Okay.
And then came back, she was gone.
Okay, we're going on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Angela DiMaggio, 23136320402 184242 184241. And Mr. Goldpaw, your appearance, please.
Your Honor, John Goldfarb, P. 30758, on behalf of Ms. DiMaggio on this matter.
DiMaggio, your name, please.
Angela DiMaggio.
Okay, Ms. DiMaggio, you were in a breakout room with Mr. Goldpaw, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's my understanding that you left the breakout room. You had the deputy remove you from the breakout room?
No, sir. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. So you want Mr. Goldpaw to continue to represent you?
No, ma'am. I'd like to represent myself, please. I'd like to take this to trial, please.
Hold on, ma'am. Let me just tell you a couple of things.
Yes, ma'am.
You're stating that you want to represent yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you familiar with the Michigan rules of evidence?
Yes, I am, ma'am.
You are. Are you familiar with the Michigan court rules?
Yes, I am, ma'am. I've been studying real hard.
Okay. And what is the reason that you think that you should be representing yourself?
Because I have all of the information and all of the proper documents of how they the officers violated their rights. And if we could bring it into evidence, we would see that.
Hey, ma'am, that doesn't answer my question. You do not have the legal training and the legal knowledge to represent yourself for the trial. You'd like to take all of these matters to trial, is that correct?
I'm pleading not guilty on all these trials, all these allegations.
Listen to what I'm saying, please. Ma'am, please listen to what I'm saying. You're telling this court that you want to take all of these matters, all 4 cases to trial. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so you want this court to permit you to represent yourself at a trial, a jury trial, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, ma'am, there's a couple of things. While you do have the right to represent yourself, the court also has the right to make sure that the judicial process is being upheld and that you understand what is going on and how to proceed. And the court doesn't find that you would be able to adequately represent yourself in these matters, and that there are processes by which jury trials are held. So, based upon the criminal jury instructions that have to be reviewed and prepared, the witness list and exhibit list that have to be reviewed and prepared, as well as the method of the voir dire of the jurors, as well as the method of voir dire of witnesses. And just in the brief exchange that this court has had with you, ma'am, where I've asked you questions, pointed questions, and you weren't answering those questions, but you were answering what you wanted me to hear, the court finds that you are not, that's not going to allow you to represent yourself. And then Mr. Goldpaw is going to continue to represent you.
Okay.
So
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to put you both back into a breakout room so that you can continue your conversation. If he happens to step away from the computer to go speak to the prosecutor regarding your matter, please do not leave the breakout room. Yes.
They're just backed up here. It wasn't me.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Mr. Goldpaw said you came back and you're out of the breakout room, so I'm not really sure. But, Deputy Pavanchi?
Yes, ma'am.
Deputy Pavanchi. I apologize for tying up the camera. I know she has about 4 cases, and they're pretty lengthy with procedural issues that have happened, and her continued failure to appears. Mr. Goldpaw was in a breakout room with her, from what I understand, and then he left to go speak to the prosecuting attorney. Do you have some time for Ms. DiMaggio to remain on the camera?
We can do it, Your Honor, but she is needed in medical. They have her medications. So we can expedite this.
Oh,
We can still do it, but we gave her lunch because she has to eat before medications, but she needs meds. But we can do this, but we can do it now. Yes.
okay. Well, yes, I'm going to put them back into the breakout room again, so that they can continue their conversation. Well, what time are her meds that she's supposed to be getting?
Well, it's supposed to be for noon, but we can go ahead and do it right now as long as we get it done. I'll ask her as soon as you guys are done, right to medical.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm going to put them back into a breakout room. All right, we're going to try again. Matters of Angela DiMaggio. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Your Honor, John Goldberg, P. 30758 on behalf of Mr. Dagio.
Ms. DiMaggio, your name for the record, please.
Angela DiMaggio?
Okay, and so the court will first note that what was received today is answers to a civil complaint. If this matter is not a civil matter and a fee waiver request, I don't know, did you file this, ma'am? Did you fill all this out and file this stuff?
I filled a lot of stuff out but I haven't been able to, I think I sent it to the wrong person because I've been in here.
Well, that's my question. Did you complete these documents while you've been in custody?
No, I have completed some documents before I was in custody.
And then did you mail them in the mail?
I intended to email them, but I don't think it got out to the right person. Remember, because I talked to you last time and you said you didn't receive an email, so it might went somewhere else. I don't know
Well,
really
I'm just
what
wondering if
documents
this
you're
was-
talking.
Okay, I just want to make sure that this is in fact you filling this out, not somebody else filling it out pretending to be you.
Okay, I don't know anything about that. I just know about what's going on right here.
Okay. All right, counsel, so literally dying with this situation here. All right, counsel, I asked to the pretrial in these matters.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we've reached a joint resolution. As the court is aware, there are 4 separate charges. It's my understanding that in return for a plea of guilty to driving while license suspended on file 20402, the incident which occurred on or about December 5th of 2020, that the drug paraphernalia in file 23-1363 will be dismissed. Further, in file 1804241, the charge of driving while license suspended. She would plead guilty to that charge, and in return, in 1804242, which is a unregistered vehicle, that matter would be dismissed. I've discussed with Ms. Dagio all of her rights and constitutional rights under the circumstances. I have reviewed the police write-ups with respect to these matters, and she has been informed of all of her constitutional rights. I said, Your Honor, she wants to adopt this, or accept it, please to both driving while license suspended on 2 separate occasions.
And so both driving while license suspended, the possession of paraphernalia and unregistered vehicle are going to be dismissed. Ma'am, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you heard the pleas that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
As to both driving while license suspended matters, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Gone over your advice with your attorney, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand all of those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Also understand by entering into a plea that you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your trial and appellate rights.
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody, and you've gone over the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court or any other court or administrative agency, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing all that, you want to continue with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody promise anything, threaten you, or coerce you in any way if you to enter into a plea?
No, ma'am.
Any immigration issues?
No, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, if you can please body your client.
Thank you. Mr. Maggio, back on December 5th of the year 2020, and also in the year of, and in December 18th, I believe, of 2018, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Wyandotte?
Yes, sir.
And at the time that you were operating that motor vehicle, was your license suspended?
Yes, sir.
And so you were operating a motor vehicle with a suspended license, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea per the plea agreement and ask the sentencing counsel.
Your Honor, we ask for immediate sentencing at this point in time. This Maggio has been incarcerated for approximately 2 weeks, I believe. She has had a storied past. She indicates that she no longer operates a motor vehicle. She was involved in a very serious accident. She does not have a license at this time. There are a number of matters here. We're asking for a cost and fine for this. And we need time to do it.
Does your client work, counsel?
Yes, she does, Your Honor.
Where does she work?
She indicated she was employed. Where are you working now?
I do home health care for Catherine Hill.
That's Mr. Bradley Hill's relative?
It's my son's grandma.
Okay.
It's my
And
son's
so
grandmother.
You get compensation? You receive compensation for that?
Yes, I give out $1,000 a month.
Okay. As to the 1844241, the court's going to order a $400 fine, $200 cost, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50. That's a total of $725. So there's a $100 warrant fee, $45 clearance fee, $970. On the, and that's on 1844241. 20402, the court's going to order a $300 fine, $200 cost, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50. That's total of $625, $50 warrant fee, $45 clearance fee, well, $720. And on the 231363, there's $0 due and owing, but on the, that was dismissed, but as the 184242, that was dismissed, but there's a $100 warrant fee and a $45 clearance fee for a total of $145. And, council, so you want the grand total between all of that?
I believe would be approximately 1835.
Yeah, on the money, $1,835.
And
Thank
Miss,
you, Judge.
and Your Honor, I'm sorry, Mr. Maggio, when can you pay that $1,835?
Is that gonna be what my bond is, or how does it work now?
No.
'Cause I'm-
No.
Those are the fines and costs that this court has assessed. And you don't have any bond money to apply because you had failed to appear. So it's all been forfeited.
Okay. Can I make payments like a couple hundred a month?
That's what I was asking. When can you pay that off and how much can you pay each month?
I can pay like 200 at least a month on the 16th of every month.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order, can you do, all right. Can you do $250 a month, ma'am?
I'll try to do it all if I can. But I can
Okay,
do
so
at
I'm
least
gonna do-
250.
Okay, $100 per month on each case, 184241 and 20402. And that's beginning June 16th, you can begin that, correct?
Can I get to July because I spent half of this month locked up, so I won't get my full pay.
That's fair, okay.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to order $50 per month on the 184242. That's on the one that has only $145. And I say only because that's the warrant and clearance fee.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
And you
you.
understand that after you pay on the $50 per month for that period of time, then you'll have to continue the 100 on the other matters until they're all paid. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna pay $250 a month no matter what.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you, thank you.
all right, thank you, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
County
good
Jail.
day. Thank you. Have a good
You as
day.
well. We're on the record. All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Jerry Bussell, 2432.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Just for something during that, my client stands by me, right?
And good morning, your name
Hey,
please.
good morning, Mr. Bussell.
All right, thank you. I do apologize for your delay today. There's also case number 20975. It's not on the docket, but it's kept with this case because there's a payment plan that you're supposed to be complying with. So we'll address that in just a moment. And so as to the pretrial counsel on the 24-32 matter,
Yes,
what,
Judge, we had an opportunity, we adjourned so that we can watch the video. Upon watching the video, we were able to find some discrepancies from the police report. In fact, my client did not have anything on his person. However, we are going to stipulate that there was a pipe in the car, so my client will be pleading no contest for lack of recollection, possession of paraphernalia, with the understanding that the underlying possession of the substance would be dismissed.
please raise your right hand, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the amended charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
No contest, ma'am.
You've gone over your advice of rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand all of those rights, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand by entering into a plea that you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your trial and appellate rights.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court or any other court or administrative agency.
That right there, I'm not quite sure. You said, I understand
Do you understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court, any other court, or administrative agency?
Okay, I understand.
Okay. And knowing all that, sir, you still want to continue with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, ma'am.
All right, counsel, any objection to the court reviewing the police report
No, Judge.
for the factual basis? Okay, the court does, after review of the report, the court does find the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea per the plea agreement, and we will schedule this matter for sentencing. And you'll
Judge,
take
if
that.
possible, I'm gonna ask for consideration for immediate sentencing. I've read the police report, I've spoken with my client, I'm prepared to allocate on his behalf, he's not on probation or parole. Judge, I've looked through his criminal history, in fact, he's gonna be seeking out some other avenues he believes that part of the criminal history is akin to someone stealing his identity. But considering the nature of the case and what was recovered, if that was a possible consideration, I know that my client had some health concerns, but he does have some more things I can articulate.
Okay,
We could consider.
All right, counsel, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I had an opportunity to review this length with my client, Judge. There was some discrepancies in the police report. Everything on his person, I don't believe that he was under the influence. In fact, he was up to recently diagnosed with cancer. However, it's my understanding that he is either in remission or no longer has that illness, but he still is on a very limited income. He came to court timely at every court proceeding. I don't believe that probationary would necessarily be in my client's best interest. I believe that he has a strong family support system and he has no issue in complying with any orders for the city, the state. I ask that he be admonished for costs and fines, and I know that he would be respectfully requesting a payment plan. And know that he also would like to address the court. That being said, I would encourage my client to keep it light and short and regarding this case and not to have it stem too far off what we're doing.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Well, Your Honor, I appreciate your time and consideration. This right here is stimulated from what I've spoken to before about the guy that took my information. This is since 2016 has been a constant burden on my back since this happened. To the point to where I know Judge Matt, this person, to where I was wondering if I did what you told me to do, call the Attorney General. I spoke with the Attorney General, with the Secretary, and she said that this should have been handled here in this court. She thinks it's kind of weird to the point where
What should have been handled in this court?
that this William Lane Johnson record is stipulated on my record. I have never broken in nobody's house. I never stolen any vehicle. I have never robbed anybody on the streets. I have never. This dude got I had 22 counts against me.
Okay, so let me pause you right
Tell me
there.
that. Thank you.
Let me pause you right there. Number one, you're saying this stems from that.
Everything that's been
Hold on.
happening since 2016.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your contact with the police officer, where they searched your person and paraphernalia was found,
That
is
has
not,
nothing to do with this.
is not as a result of Mr.
No,
William Johnson.
I agree with that.
Okay. I disagree with the Attorney General stating that this court,
Well, it wasn't
Sure.
him. It was-
excuse me, please, I let you finish. Please let me finish. Stating that this court is the one that's supposed to correct this. This court, the 27th District Court, does not have any persons that investigate identity fraud or anything of that nature, or things of that. So, wherever it is that there are crimes that were alleged to have occurred that you're stating that didn't happen, the breaking and entering or whichever one you're talking about, whichever police department that occurred in, sir, that is the department that perhaps you need to speak with, which would be the Taylor Police Department, because perhaps that is where maybe there is a number wrong or something of that nature on your SID number or TCN or anything like that that identifies individuals with as far as their criminal histories go. So that's what I'm suggesting, sir. Okay, this court does not have the ability to correct any of that or to even look into that. So when the Attorney General told you that you needed to come back to this court to clear that up, that is incorrect. So I don't know where you need to go specifically regarding clearing up the other names that are being associated with your identity, other than perhaps the Taylor Police Department, because that's the location that shows the breaking and entering, found guilty, habitual offender, second offense, breaking and entering, found guilty. You're stating that that is not you, correct?
It's definitely not me, but
Okay.
it didn't happen in Taylor, it happened in Riverview, ma'am. I lived in Riverview when they picked me up. And from that point on, when I got to get, when they do the, in the morning when they prosecute you, or what they call that, arraigned. When they arraigned me, I had 22 counts. And then I did research myself and found this gentleman, to which he's supposed to be dead now. He's been in jail. I was in Dickerson jail to where he was there a month before me, and one of the officers happened to look into it because I kept being persistent, like I am in the court. But yet and still, she found something to the point to where she got me out of there. I was at 1 hour away from 7 days being in Dickerson. I've never been in jail in a day of my life.
Okay, sir, what I'm trying, and I'm not discounting or disagreeing with
what I'm saying.
What happened,
Yeah.
okay? What I'm stating is that from what I see on your criminal history, you, there's a matter in Taylor regarding breaking and entering. I don't show 22 counts, I show 2 or 3. And that is with the name William Lane Johnson.
Yes.
So, which is a different date of birth even from you.
Yeah, you don't look nothing like me. They had a picture of him when they pulled me in the car. They had a picture of him with my name on top of his head.
Okay.
And I said, do I look like him?
So, sir, you either have to contact the Michigan State Police or the city or the Taylor Police Department to find out what process you have to go through to have a person that's wrongly associated with you disconnected from your name. Somehow there's a link somewhere.
$5,000 or more, man. I don't have it.
Okay, I don't know that part. That is way beyond my purview of information.
How can I be in this kind of trouble? And every court system I go through the same thing.
Sir, you're here because you had some paraphernalia.
Yes.
That is why you're here.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with all the other individuals, the names that are associated with yours. Okay, you're here because there is paraphernalia.
Correct.
Okay,
I got that.
So that is what's here. I'm trying to help guide you as to who you need to contact to fix the issue, because it's not this court.
You said Taylor.
Either the Michigan State Police or the Taylor Police Department may be able to assist you in how to get your names disconnected from each other. I don't know for sure.
Can I ask you a question? Is there any possible way that you can link me up with someone there that would know what's going on? Because I'm telling you, this is like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Sir, I don't know specifically who, and I don't even know if where I'm telling you to go is the proper place. I would think it is. Sir, you can roll your eyes and be exasperated with me. Let me finish. You can roll your eyes and be exasperated with me all you want.
Not with you, man. Not with you.
Okay. I understand the situation is frustrating. I don't discount that at all, sir. I've given you my actions or my opinions as to where you could start, but I don't know that part of the system, because that is not something that I've ever learned or needed to learn about, other than the fact that there are identifiers that link people together, that link aliases together. I don't know how to unlink those together, sir.
I don't either.
So that's why I suggest Michigan State Police or the city of Taylor. Because that's where fingerprints are established and things of that nature. Maybe they can help guide you as to where you need to go. So if you were to test today, sir, what is in your system?
Nothing, man.
Okay, before I continue on with this, have you made your payment on your other matter of $20?
Yeah, I did that. I'm gonna pay again, man.
Okay, well, so you paid May 22nd, so it's gonna be $20 per month beginning May 22nd. So you made your first $20 payment, correct?
Hopefully I'll be making more of a payment, but that's according to how everything goes. But I'm telling you, I just don't know what to do. This is crazy.
Okay. Well, I'm going to order a $100 fine, $100 cost, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, for a total of $325 on this case.
Add it on to the board.
I'm sorry,
Add it on to the board that I owe already. I can't afford this.
sir.
You're going to be asking for a payment plan, and if possible, to have it run concurrent with what he's already paid.
Yes. Mr. Bustle, I'm not trying to add on to your issues. However, I have a case in front of me that you've pled no contest to. I have to dispose of it. I have reduced your fines as low as I can go, and you can ask your attorney. I don't set fines and costs this low.
Okay. Appreciate you, man.
In addition, the other matter from 2020, from a driving while allowing a licensed driver to drive, which was reduced from a driving while license suspended, this court also issued a very low fine and cost system or assessment, but also had to add a warrant fee and a clearance fee. So we can do $20 a month on this one as well. Can you do $20 a month for a total of $40 a month or no?
I'm gonna try my best, man. I'm telling you, I have no job. I'm on disability. I'm barely making it, man.
Okay.
And all this stuff just keeps coming. And I'm not trying to make it harsh on you or make it hard for you for your job, because I know your job got to be nuts. But I'm losing my mind. This is crazy. I stay by myself. I have a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, I just got good news about my cancer to the point to where I don't have it no more. I'm glad to be alive, but I'm struggling, man.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mean call your name, but I'm just saying I'm struggling.
That's okay. I've been called worse. So $10 a month?
Okay, man.
So $10 a month. Is it better to do it the same day as the other one?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll do $10 per month beginning June 22nd, okay? Because the other one's already May 22nd, so it's the 22nd of every month.
Okay.
So now on June 22nd, it'll be $30 you bring. $10 on one case, $20 on the other, okay?
Gotcha. Appreciate it, man.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. We need an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Joke. Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed, we're going to start bringing people in person. People are going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs the credit.